Hello and welcome to Lifetime Uncorked, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I'm your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I am Drew Current.
Hi, I'm Tristan Tanner.
Hi, Kayce Alltop.
Yeah, full house today.
Ooh.
Full house
We got
today.
a full house. There's 4 microphones.
You get a Tanner, you get a full house.
Yeah.
Very exciting today. We have our new podcast friends on the podcast, like network family, right?
Yeah.
Universe Head
Universe
Network.
Head Network.
Tristan had a great analogy for it yesterday during our podcast. Do you remember it?
Yeah, no, I didn't remember it then, and I don't remember it now. No, it's from the Universe Head Cavalcade of Stars.
Oh.
No, what was it? Marvel Universe?
Oh, it was the Universe Head...
Cinematic Universe.
Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
But like
Right.
the audio universe.
So we have a new podcast on the network, and it is called,
Baddest Mothers in the Room.
and it is about...
Motherhood and just a raw take on it where we listen to some podcasts and we're like, oh, everyone's just like, well, I do this because I'm perfect and everything's perfect. And we have 2 little babies and it's hard to tell. So we want to talk about the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
One baby is in the room now.
What?
Baddest
Yeah.
baby in the room.
The baddest baby in the room is
Yeah.
the
here.
baddest one. It's the baddest one.
Yes. So adorable. And so if you hear baby sounds, that's what that is. But I think we had a baby the last time you guys were here, right?
Nellie was here
Nellie was here.
She was in the living room, though.
and Bo is here today, by the way. Yeah. And they're older.
Yes.
Older, wiser, more babyish. I can actually interact with them because I'm not afraid I'll break them.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. But yeah, so Baddest Mothers in the Room. I actually listened to an episode and I was like shocked and horrified by everything that you guys were talking about because that is not my wheelhouse, baby things, especially like, just...
Well, why would it be?
Yeah, well,
why
Patrick,
would it
it's
be?
not ours either. And
right.
that's
Yeah.
what the podcast is.
And that's why we're dealing with it.
Yeah.
Because we're like, what the hell
They
is happening?
should not have had children.
It's hilarious. There's no rules. You can just have them.
You could
All you
just-
have to do is have sex.
Wow.
That's it. It's so easy.
And that brings us to our movie today.
Yes, it
Kirsten
does.
Dunst had some sex, and she was 15 and pregnant.
Yes.
Yes. So today we're talking about 15 and Pregnant, a Lifetime classic. Drew, you probably aren't familiar. I actually own this on DVD. Yeah, I almost watched it on DVD, and I was like, no, I don't want to.
I've actually heard of this one because it's like such a that becomes a trope of I
Right.
don't know of talking about Lifetime movies.
Yes.
I think this is like a trope of it.
Well, and it
15
was
and pregnant.
And
one
there's
of
a
the-
celebrity.
Well, yes.
Now a celebrity.
She's now, but then she wasn't really.
2 celebrities, thank you very much. Park Overall.
Oh, I'm sorry. Park Overall, yes.
Oh,
Sure.
yes, Park Overall.
But
Empty
it's
Nest?
the
Empty Nest,
Yes.
women's right activist.
It's the first Lifetime movie that was produced like by Lifetime Movie Network, which was a separate channel. So there's Lifetime and then Lifetime Movie. Now it's like LMN is what it's called, but it was Lifetime Movie Network. So this was their first production.
Okay.
Okay.
They were like, what is that called when you like take things like Netflix does? That's
Stealing.
not yours. Yes, stealing. Syndicated. They
Yeah.
were like syndicated. Lifetime was mostly syndicated movies from like CBS or ABC, like after school special type of things. But this was like their first like produced movie in 1998, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, that was 20 years ago.
I know.
That's when I was graduating from high school.
I know, which makes it feel
Shit.
so effed up because you watch this and you're just like, wait, that was that long ago? Oh, God.
I was 5 because I'm 25.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your
Great, me
forehead
too.
agrees.
Me too.
All the Botox. Actually, my Botox has worn off. So I was getting my haircut today, and I was like, "Oh, my forehead's so wrinkly." You know, when you're looking in a mirror, you just wrinkle your forehead.
I can't tell
know.
when you don't have both. I can't tell, buddy.
Let me get it, and we'll do a test.
Okay.
Okay. The movie 15 and Pregnant stars Kirsten Dunst, Park Overall, as we mentioned, and introducing Julia Whelan.
Okay. Which one was that?
Yeah. was it the redhead?
She was the little sister.
Oh,
But I thought it
God,
was
that
really
poor
funny that they
little
introduced.
brat.
They had her like as a special, like introducing,
Yes.
Jodie Foster in Taxi Cab, whatever the fuck that
Right.
movie's called.
Taxi.
You'll never see her again.
Yes.
And I wouldn't even think to introduce her, like introduce the friend or introduce the dad or someone who had a more substantial part, I would think.
Right. I don't know.
But they'd been in other stuff, probably.
True.
Sure.
So,
Should
okay,
have.
we start off with Kirsten Dunst. Her name in the movie's Tina. And
Tina
she-
Sparkler? What?
Spangler.
What a ridiculous name.
It kind of should be like her name in Drop Dead Gorgeous, don't you think?
Yeah.
Tina Spangler.
It kept making me think
Spangler.
of what's the Baz Luhrmann ballroom, Strictly Ballroom.
Okay.
The one of the most important ladies is Tina Spackle.
Oh, Tina Spackle.
Tina Spackle.
I want to know if in this world she's related to Egon Spangler.
That's what I was gonna say. Does this look like in the Ghostbusters?
in the Ghostbusters universe.
No.
When your
Okay.
Uncle Egon comes in from New York, he's gonna be mad.
So yes, we have Tina, and she's getting it on with her boyfriend, and his name is Ray, and he's like, totally 1998. He has like a beaded like necklace, but it's like metal.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
He's always
fashion
chewing on
choice.
something.
Yeah, and they play this song, Drew, and this song is kind of like, like in a baby sound. Can we hear the baby sounds, or will they pick up?
Oh yeah.
Anyways, so he is like, wow, I lost my train of thought. Is this mom brain?
Yes, this is Mom Brain. You're doing it, Patrick.
I have a mother instinct.
You're a mom. You're a mom now.
Okay, so there's a song that plays, and it's like kind of like a theme. What is that called in the musical when it's like the theme for like the one person? You know,
Like a theme, right?
yeah, or like Peter and the Wolf. It's like Peter has his own little. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, your theme song.
Yeah.
So this song comes back a lot, and I brought a clip because it is an internet mystery. Can't find out who the song is sung by or what the song title is. It's just pre-Britney Spears generic pop.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to play that right now just for a bit.
Love me, need me, tell me you want me, please me, tease me, feel me, touch me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're like getting it on. He's like kissing her stomach, and
There's a song that's
What's-
almost that from the Romeo and Juliet soundtrack.
Yeah.
And
It's like
close.
the Cardigans.
Say
Yeah.
But, yeah, and it's like, I know that you want me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like
I
this.
can't care about anything but you.
Yes.
so maybe it was just like
This
the
is like a shitty.
We
version
want it
of
to
that.
sound
the
like
producer
that.
was
Yeah.
just like, hey, just like this, but like don't.
But
do
shitty?
that.
Yeah, just change a couple things.
and make it seem like it's really from the 80s instead of
Change
the
the key,
90s.
yeah.
But yeah, it's like opening shot on this sex.
Right. Very
It's like-
sexy because
Oh,
we're
and
in
it's
straight
Lifetime.
off.
And this is where they're
Teenagers.
so these are 15-year-olds and we're watching them.
And they
And
fuck
she
him.
says, "Don't say you love me if you don't love me." And he just kind of
And he
And
does
he's
purses his lips.
He's like,
Right.
"All right."
And he's like, okay, well then I'll just
Yeah,
like
that's-
have sex with you then.
He's like,
Right.
thanks.
Cool.
Also,
Thanks
if
for
your
giving me that out.
foreplay is talking about how both your dads left you, you're probably not gonna have a baby daddy. Like
Right.
literally, as they're kissing, they're like, she's like, "Oh, yeah, my dad just left us," and then he's like, "My dad left a long time ago," and I'm like, "Wow, okay."
Well, I
Yes.
mean, the thesis of this movie is that teen pregnancy is caused by daddy issues and religion.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
Religion would pop up.
I could go with that.
Very strangely, like it would just jump up and slap you across the face and then disappear again.
Right. So so the dad's out of the picture. His name's Cal. Ugh, my voice is like doing a weird thing.
Don't even.
It's mom voice.
oh
You
my
have,
God,
you have
I
mom
have-
voice.
Mom voice.
You have mom voice.
And Evie,
I like it. It sounds
who
rugged.
I thought for the whole movie her name was something else because it didn't sound like Evie in the beginning. Evie is like kind of like trying to keep the family together. She has her daughter Tina. She has her other daughter
Rachel.
and then there's like a little son who's I don't care what his
I
name
don't
is.
know his name at all. No.
Doesn't matter. He was a terrible, terrible actor.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And she's like very feisty and very southern, which I think is just that.
That's just
That's
who
how
she
she
is.
is.
Yeah.
Right. That's just her.
And they
MO.
justified it at some point with like, when my family from Tennessee comes up from the Appalachia, I'm like, all right.
Where was this?
There was Oregon license plates. I saw.
All I know is it was warm and Christmas.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they were like sitting outside.
They were in Oregon,
In
but
shirts.
yeah. So I was like, well, Park overall has this accent she clearly can't shake because she has it in everything she's done.
Right.
Right.
So
Well,
then she just
must have been
justified the
from
Appalachia.
Eugene,
Yeah.
from Eugene, Oregon.
There you
Oregon.
go. So since it is a Lifetime movie and we're setting up how bad Tina is, like we get some like scenes with her like drinking whiskey or whatever,
It was
like
clear.
by the train tracks. Bacardi,
Clear whiskey.
drinking
Clear
Bacardi.
whiskey. White lightning.
Zima. It's
yes.
98.
That's true. Zima did exist. So she's like smoking, and her boyfriend's like, "Hey, can we like cool it on like hanging out? Right? I got to focus on football."
Yeah, and then he goes, comprende.
Ew. That's the guy we're working with. You know,
Yeah.
he's like
Bilingual.
a gross guy.
So he's bilingual.
Yeah, so he's really smart.
Yes. And then what else does she do that's like rebellious? Oh, she has like this redheaded friend who's not Canadian. Maybe she's Canadian.
Probably Canadian.
And she's like a teen mom, and her name's Laurel.
She is the worst.
Yeah.
This girl.
She's not very good.
Like
Not at acting. She's
oh.
just like, she's such a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
she's
the
like very
character.
a victim because she's a mom.
And
kind of
her
thing.
2-year-old is a horrible shit. And I know kids can be bad, especially like terrible twos and whatever, but like they just make this kid be so shitty to just make parenthood look very unattractive.
Yeah.
It seemed like it
he's
seemed
like the
like
good son.
yes,
Yeah.
Worse.
It was like the child actor didn't understand like in every scene the child was like, "I want my mom," and Kirsten
mom
Dunst
is-
is like, "Your mom's right here. Your mom's right here, baby doll." And,
And
it's
then
like,
and then Kristen Dunst will be like, "Is this how kids are all the time?"
yeah. So it was a little having kids in movies is not easy.
No,
I'm sure.
No, it's
but I
very
think
hard.
this movie, it seemed like this movie was made to like show in health class, you know, to be like,
Yes.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
for sure, being pregnant is
I
bad.
think that's like how I know about it.
Oh,
Or-
you saw it in health class?
I don't.
Probably.
It's possible.
And then
don't
Helen
think
Hunt
I-
jumps out of a window.
yeah,
And is like, I can
exactly.
fly. I have drugs.
I don't think. I don't think I watched it, but that's how I. Maybe I think that was
Right.
what-
I mean,
I don't know.
Well, you have to think about this is before Teen Mom on MTV and all that type of stuff. So people were learning about teen pregnancy from these movies. Like there
Yes.
wasn't the internet widely available.
Right.
So
And parents didn't really want to talk to you about it.
Right,
So
so you
they
just
just sit your ass
sit you
down,
down,
and be
watch
like,
a movie.
Watch this.
Okay, so we then get like Tina at her birthday. I'm jumping because there's like not a lot of plot to get through. It's just like setting up stuff. She gets a gray like sweatshirt, and she's like got her period, but she was like happy because she's like, I'm not pregnant. But then she like gets a sweatshirt and she like can't tuck it in because like her belly's getting bigger.
Which is not how pregnancy works.
Yeah.
no.
She's pregnant
Are
for
you-
like
are
2
you sure?
weeks. Well, unless there was like
Are
a
you sure,
copious
though?
amount of time that passed, but it was like he broke up with her, and then it seemed like the next day she's like, "Oh, my clothes don't
Yeah.
fit." Like, no, actually, you're
Yeah.
probably gonna feel thinner first because it's demanding all these calories and you don't know it, and like
Oh.
she's just immediately sick and holding her. Well, sick makes sense, but holding her tummy like, what's this bump?
Yeah, lots of tummy holding and like shots of like a concerned face and then like her like rubbing her tummy.
Like she was feeling it kick or something.
Right.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I think my mom just thought she had the flu, and then boom,
Well,
there I am.
there you
And then
go.
I was born. Yeah.
So she gets a ride from her mom from
Not really.
school, and her mom like there's something on the radio about teen pregnancy on the
course.
rise.
Wow.
And the mom's like, "Are you sexually active?"
Or do you know someone who
right?
is?
She's like, "That's a weird question. Obviously, you're sexually active because you made me, right?"
Yeah.
And I know you.
But Kirsten Dunst isn't smart enough to say that. She's just like gives her a weird look, and then the mom's like, "She is." She's
No, she
having
says
sex."
yes.
Oh, she does.
And
She
then
gives her a
leaves.
weird look and then just goes, yeah, and then gets out of the car.
What a little bitch. What a little bitch. I used to love this movie when I was 15, but now that I'm not 15 and I'm 25, I really,
Me too. We're all
10 years
25.
later.
I really identify with the mom in this one. I was like, what a little shit.
Oh, yeah.
What a little shit. So then we get Tina, like, what is she like? She goes to the clinic with her friend, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
she's like throwing up all the time now.
Which, when she throws up, she spreads her hair around the toilet. Which
What?
I did not throw up when I was pregnant, but
At
when I
all?
throw up non-pregnant, I do not spread my hair about the
No,
seat of the toilet. I
You
move
hold
it.
it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to the point I threw up so much that the toilet and I were like good friends, and I wasn't afraid to like rest my elbow on it. I felt like no
yeah.
fear from the toilet anymore, but I always held my hair back. Always.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Kirsten Dunst just wanted to make sure you knew her hair was real and not extensions. You know,
Okay,
she's
great.
trying to move in. This is like Kirsten Dunst trying to move into adult roles, right?
Yeah.
She was like in Interview with a Vampire and like Jumanji. This was like the
Little
next,
Women.
the next step. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
This was the next
Okay.
step before Bring It On, Drop Dead Gorgeous, all those types
Which
of
I watched
Virgin
Bring It On
Suicide.
yesterday as well. It was very strange.
Oh, you had a Kirsten Dunst day.
I did it. I didn't even mean
like
to.
her. I mean, we're not the same age because I'm 10 years younger than her.
Right.
But
We all are.
I identify
All of
with
us
her.
are here. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I just
didn't-
graduated in 1998 because I'm super smart.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
you were the Doogie
You graduated
Howser.
from elementary school.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd say you're the Doogie Howser, but you don't get that reference. So
Yeah. What's
Oh.
a doogie?
Who? Anyways, so she finds out she's pregnant and she's like, what am I going to do? So she like goes to her friend's house, or I guess it was her house. I don't know whose house it was. She's by a Christmas tree and she just runs in the room and she's like, I'm pregnant. And then like runs out.
so lame. Like what a lame. Like we knew she's pregnant, so at least like the delivery needs to be cool.
Yeah. It was just, and then the mom's just like, what?
I guess
And
she
then,
is sexually
yeah.
active.
And the dad's like, what?
Why am I here now?
Yeah, I'm just here at the house.
I thought I left them.
Right. They don't really wrap the, I mean,
No.
there's a lot of loose ends in
I
this
was
Lifetime
very
movie.
confused, and I think now I had forgotten that it was based on a true story, which kind of makes the random stuff make a little more sense because it was
Right.
like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what? Why do we care about what this sister thinks?
Yeah, that was so unnecessary. And stop calling her fat.
Oh my God.
I was so confused by that.
There
too.
was so much fat shaming in this movie. Even like the pregnant, like, you know, Kirsten Dunst pregnant, but every time she would talk about being pregnant, it would be like, I'm so fat. I'm such a
Right.
Yeah,
fat fatty.
the doctor was like, "You have to gain more weight," and she was like, "Ew, I'll never swim again."
Ew, but I'm a fatty fat.
Yeah, and then
the sister like actually went away to try to be less fat. And like, what? She's not. They should have gotten a overweight actress if that's what they
Yeah,
wanted.
it was really confusing. I thought that they were just joking the whole time. Like, I thought it was just sisters being bitches. But then at the end, the sister comes
Just people
back.
zinging each other.
Yeah, and
you
then
fucking
but then-
fatty. Hey,
But then
come
the
on.
sister comes back at the end, and Kirsten Dunst is like, "You look thinner."
that's,
And I
the
was like,
sister's
"Oh wait,
like-
was she fat?"
And then the
that's the
sister's
last
like,
line of
so
the
do
movie.
you.
But guys, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Sorry.
Wait, that was the okay.
Spoiler.
Yeah,
sorry.
we'll get there, Drew. You've been spoiled. Just kidding. It doesn't really matter,
I'm
but
gonna
it is a weird way to end the movie. So we get her like she's like very against abortion. She's very against adoption. Like she's clearly going to have the baby.
When abortion is suggested, she flips her shit for 4 seconds, though.
Yeah.
I love that part where they had to make sure they got that into the movie if this is going to be played in like Christian schools, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, well, what are you going to keep it? Anyway,
She
Anyways.
also does that when the mom says to tuck in her shirt, though.
right? That's
So
true.
She's very.
She-
she's
Kind of
very,
a 0 to 60 kind of
She
kid.
feels the
Well,
same
she's
way about
pregnant.
tucking.
and she's
Yeah.
also
She's
very
emotional.
concerned about if she's going to keep playing on the soccer team, and she still hasn't told Ray yet, right? That's the boy that got her pregnant. So we get to her like talking about what. Oh, there's a random scene where they're like the mom and the mom of Laurel they're like friends, and they're like on exercise equipment,
my
like
God,
talking
so
for like a weird montage. They're just like talking about all this pregnancy stuff, but they're
Strange
like
angles.
on a stepper, on a elliptical, on a treadmill.
Then there's like a treadmill where you're like, there's like a seat belt.
Yeah.
They were like dangling from a seat belt and running on the. It was so weird.
And the treadmill itself was like, it looked like it was made out of Tinker Toys or something. It was like just 4 bars.
Yeah, and you're right. The angles were super weird. Like a lot of it was shot up, so you kept seeing the
like
ductwork.
Dutched like a horror movie.
Yeah, so like from the beginning, it was shot. The cinematography is bizarre.
yes.
I actually wrote that. Why are there thriller suspense camera angles?
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you know, a lot of those Lifetime directors just come over from horror or sci-fi.
Yeah, from original Sci-Fi Channel.
Like super extreme
movies.
close-ups.
Very
So
Yes.
weird.
So now we get Kirsten talking to Ray, and he like takes it very well. Like he's like, "Yeah, I don't have that much going on. I could totally raise a baby, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Great, we're going to this like birthing class if you want to come." He's like, "Sure, yeah, I'll go." And they go to the birthing class,
He
and
eats all the donuts.
yes, and he's like got his arm around her. He's like being
They've got it.
supportive, and then like they
He's
show a
chewing.
diorama of like a vagina, and he's like, ugh, and he like takes
Not
his
a
arm.
diorama.
Oh, what is it?
That'd be great.
It was like in a shoebox. I don't
All
know, a
the-
diagram
All
maybe.
the pieces, just a picture.
Yeah, just yeah,
Yes.
and they're all
Oh.
like, "Oh, a vulva."
And he takes his arm off her shoulder, like he's like, "Ew, is that what you have in there?" And he takes his arm off of her,
Ew,
Yeah,
gross.
so
Yeah,
he's like
gross, man.
mentally checked out of the relationship.
and not even because of the baby, but because what a vagina looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I could see that.
So
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
Then he like calls her. He like doesn't show up to class one day, and she's like calls him. She's like, "Where were you? Like, what's going on?" Pre-cell phone. She's like on her landline, like in her room, and he's like, "I don't think this baby's mine, and like, sorry, like I'm out. I'm done with you, pretty much."
He just doesn't feel. He just doesn't feel like it's his. You know.
Yeah.
He just doesn't
He
feel
gave
that.
like a dumb reason, but I can't remember what the dumb reason was.
I thought it was that he was pretending that she was cheating on him or something.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I don't know.
He just like made up a lie.
And she was like, well, okay, whatever.
We missed Patrick.
Yes.
We missed the super long, important scene of the younger sister feeding a dog a gingerbread man for like 10 minutes.
Didn't catch that in my notes because
Yeah.
I've skipped the fat sister eating gingerbread with the dog.
It was for it was just
right.
there were a couple scenes where they just took forever and nothing happened and you don't know why.
Yes.
Later, Park Overall folds clothes for a good 6 minutes.
Forever. But she's teary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's sad, you see.
Is it just showing that she's sad?
I think it's
guess.
just to show that she's sad. I think it was like maybe her acting moment or something.
Maybe. She's
That's
real
her,
bad
like,
at folding clothes.
Her
also.
Emmy. She's going for that Emmy.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
But anyway, so we have a very judgmental grandmother that comes, and she's just terrible. Like she doesn't really do anything except just judge everyone's choices.
Patrick, she brought a basket full of wheat on the bus.
Of course, because she's from a farm, and
Spread
then
the
they.
wheat.
There was literal wheat coming out of this basket
Okay.
that she brought.
I
and then
like
she
look-
made donuts. So I guess out of the wheat.
Yeah, that was
I
the
don't-
donut sweet. Because they're going to open up a shop one day.
It's the only
Yeah.
way that you make donuts is you have to make them from scratch.
yeah.
The
With wheat.
Actress
Starting
who
with
plays
wheat.
the mom, I was like, who is she? Is she like someone famous? But not really.
Was she in the one with
Her name's Marilyn
Amy
Mason.
Sedaris, that the show
Strangers with Candy.
No,
was she
she's
in-
not the. She's not
Oh,
in
okay.
that. She doesn't really have anything going on like in her
Oh,
credits.
okay.
Like her top movies are.
This.
It's not in Lonely Hearts, Longstreet, Basement.
Basement.
I don't know. Anyways, they
That's a
send
good
her
one.
back to the farm, and I was like, "Is this a euphemism for like sending her to the farm type of thing?"
What?
Yeah, she goes back to the farm. She came to judge, and then they immediately send her back to the farm. They're done with her. So Tina has a baby shower then.
I mean, isn't that what we do with our grandparents?
the saddest baby shower.
I know.
Nobody
So
came. To
no
our
one
baby
comes
shower.
to Tina's baby shower.
But did she invite anyone? I know she said that his family wasn't going to go. Like, we got set up for that.
Right.
His family decided not to go. Ray's family. But does she have more family and friends and shit? Like,
Well, her grandma, but they sent her to the farm before the baby shower.
so that would have been
So
one
rude.
more person? Like, was there anybody else that would have gone? Or were they just sad because Ray's family wasn't there and
Maybe
no
the people
one
from
else?
her middle school. She's in like a middle school. She's in a pregnancy trailer now, Drew. Like where all they put all the pregnant girls. So maybe those girls would come.
Right.
Maybe.
Also, was anyone in junior high still when they were 15?
No,
No.
definitely not.
It was most definitely in high school.
No,
I
yeah, you're
mean-
14 is freshman year, right?
I was
14.
Yeah, 14. Yeah, 15. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that
She should
long
be a
ago for me.
sophomore.
So
Yeah, I mean, I know exactly.
Totally know when I went.
Well,
when I
she
went.
did
exactly
turn
what-
15. She was actually 14 and pregnant, and then 15 and pregnant.
Scandalous,
she
but
had a
that
birthday,
is
that's
not
right.
a catchy title. 14 and pregnant.
14 and pregnant?
But
well,
she
no, that's
in
like
high school for
wait,
sure.
Something's
Something's
fucky
not
happened.
good.
And yeah.
Yes. So she like talks to her mom after the baby shower, and she's like, I'm really upset, and like have like a nice moment, like a mother daughter moment. But then like it goes south at the end when she's like, "You're stupid, mom," and the mom's like, "Ugh, I hate you." Like every conversation they have like a nice moment, and then it's like all of a sudden
And then
they
they forget.
turn on each other.
Oh wait, I forgot. Yeah, I remember now. You're a garbage
Yeah.
mother and
Oh, because
and-
Tina says she's excited to have
Seriously.
somebody to finally love her.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
that's right.
Oh, okay.
That's what
So
it was.
fucked up. She's like, I can't wait to have somebody love me. And the mom's like, hello, like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Again, I identify with the mom there. I was like, well, I get why you're giving her those evil eyes, mother.
I understand. Well, also that maybe she, she's disappointed in her own self, the mom,
Yes,
right?
Oh yeah,
Like,
the mom's
Yeah.
not having a good
it's
year.
like, did I not
she could have
let
been
her know that this is what happens when
I
you
don't know.
fuck?
right.
Her son's
People.
shitty. Her daughter's pregnant. Her other daughter's apparently fat.
Her other
Yeah.
daughter's so fat,
Her
but
husband
not
cheated
really.
on her.
And
I
isn't
guess.
that the
Cheated on her with
worst?
his secretary or something.
Yes. So we have like a friend from the middle school, Melody, and her baby is premature. So Kirsten Dunst is at the hospital and she's like, oh my God, like your baby's so small. What happened? And she's like, I don't know if he's going to make it. And then Kirsten Dunst was like, whoa, this is real. Like, I don't know.
Also, how
I'm
did
starting
Kristen
freak
know to
out.
turn down that hallway? She was walking with everyone else and was like, she got the Spidey sense. She hasn't met Spidey yet, but she's like, I need to go. I'll be back. I need to go this way.
Well, you know, it's just
I
how
think
things
it's
in life happen. Yeah.
It's mom sense, mommy sense.
And
Mom
then-
Sense. That's our musical. Tristan and I's two-person musical.
Oh.
Mom Sense.
Beautiful.
Oh wait, there was
Yes.
one part before when they were at the mall and
Oh, God, yes.
she was having Lori, her bitchy redheaded friend, get
Who
her
works
a
in the
root
mall.
beer.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, her friend. So the doctor had told Kirsten Dunst, you need to not go to school all day. Just go in the morning and then come home and rest because you're not gaining enough weight. You need to rest. And so then her friend was like, why aren't you babysitting my baby? Because you're home. And it was so weird.
What?
Yeah, it was
Like,
very
They were like
strange.
screaming at each other in the
And-
food court in the mall because she wanted Kirsten Dunst to babysit her child because she was home because she needed to rest.
I didn't
Yeah.
even catch that.
And
really.
Kirsten Dunst was
Thought
like,
that was why.
you didn't even ask me. Like, dude, like, relax.
So she actually
She said
says
that.
it.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm not a mind reader or whatever.
That weird mess didn't
Yeah.
even make sense to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we have Kirsten's all like stressed out. Okay. And then her little sister, Rachel, is like, first of all, she's watching figure skating. And I was trying to figure out who the figure skater was. Because they were like, she's going to be a national treasure. And I was like, who is it? Who is it? Is it Nancy? They were like, said something about her name. But that wouldn't make sense. It's 1998
That's
and
98.
Nancy's all done.
It's way too long.
I don't know
Way
who,
too
who it would have been. Tara Lipinski?
Taylor Lipinski. That's it.
Maybe. Anyways.
Oksana Bayul.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. So then Rachel is like, oh, hey, Tina, by the way, did you know that 20% of women die in childbirth? Bye.
Bye.
Good luck.
Yeah. And literally Rachel goes to the farm to live with the grandma.
Yeah. And we're like, what? I was pumping when they showed that
What?
preemie baby, by the way. I feel like it helped me produce more milk.
Yeah.
Really?
It was
Oh,
sad.
because you saw a baby that needed
And I was
more
like,
milk?
That baby needs more milk.
Pumping
I
porn.
pumping.
That was my pumping.
It's
porn.
you have pumping porn. Or it's just like babies.
Just
So-
sick
Babies
babies.
crying.
Now it's like all exciting
Yeah.
because Rachel's gone, Fat Sister's gone.
Thank God.
And thank God. She was
And
just...
she took her dog with her.
Yes. And the brothers like helping out around the house or like rubbing
cares,
Kirsten Dunst's
yeah.
belly, and they're making the nursery, they're going shopping for baby clothes.
Is this a montage?
It's
Sort of.
this whole movie's a montage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shopping for baby clothes was in Fast Forward.
Yes.
Yeah, they were like speeding around.
Like it was like.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like
Without
Benny
the-
Hill. Yeah.
Without the
Yeah.
Benny Hill music, yeah.
Uh-huh. Wow. Okay.
No, it was love me, feel me.
It's like they could have actually made that stuff a little bit longer and got rid of like the dog eating gingerbread scene a
Yeah,
little bit if
yeah.
they needed to cut something for time.
Yes.
That's what they did. Like you need to cut this for time.
I also thought in the
Just
gingerbread
speed it up.
scene that
Yeah.
the dog had one eye, but I think it was just like winking the whole time or something.
The whole time.
So then we get she's like kind of accepted the fact that Ray is gone, and she's like feeling good about everything. And then we jump right to like having she needs to have her like labor induced.
Right.
Because
Well, first
why?
she misses graduation, but she's literally standing like earshot from it, so I'm
Yeah.
not sure why
can
she
hear
couldn't
it.
go.
Yeah, and she missed the prom, but don't worry, she had a creepy porch prom with her father.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, why didn't she just go to prom and the graduation that was clearly across the yard?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Was there anything that where she's like, I don't want to go to prom. I'm embarrassed.
No.
I'm
No, she was like
Prego."
sad that she didn't get to go. And she was like leaning against a wall watching the graduation in the distance that they clearly didn't have the budget to set up.
right.
And was sad that she wasn't there.
Okay.
Yeah, like why could it's not like she was graduating. Like she could have just watched it. Like she's a freshman.
I don't know why
she's
she-
in
Right.
middle school.
Well,
Oh, I guess middle school.
No,
It
I
was
think she was
middle-
supposed to be
middle
graduating
school
from
graduation.
eighth. She was supposed to
I
be
see.
graduating from 8th grade.
See,
You
my
don't
school.
graduate.
I didn't graduate from shit when I was a kid. I graduated from high school and college.
Oh, really?
Thank
yeah,
you very
I think
much.
that's
Eighth
how it
grade.
should. That's how it
it
should
was
be.
like all one.
8th grade was a
thing.
big one for us.
I think It wasn't called graduation though in 8th grade.
What'd you call it?
To high school.
Oh.
I don't know. It just wasn't.
was
It was
for
like
me.
it was just like you're there. Go to high school now. Bye. Like
It was for me, but you know, I graduated 8th grade in 2014, so things are different
Right.
now.
Right. So,
Who's the youngest?
yes. Oh, wow. You're so
Right.
young.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Well, I'm in middle school. That's why I haven't graduated.
right. You
Right,
haven't,
right.
You haven't graduated.
Okay,
yet.
great.
Speaking of which, this wine is delicious.
I drank all
yes.
mine.
It's really good.
You're only in
I've
sixth
never
grade.
had alcohol before
So-
until this moment.
So now we get the labor, and it's like the classic like TV movie labor, which it's like Kirsten Dunst like screaming, like matted hair,
Yeah.
like that's how
Yeah.
labor is, right, guys?
Yes, I mean that was fairly accurate.
She's like
That is not how my
screaming.
labor was.
No.
I
It
was
shouldn't
dry
be.
as a bone.
I was drenched.
Were you really?
Yes, and I don't sweat. Like
Oh.
I can have the best workout ever and maybe sweat a little. I sweat so much, and then I was also taking wet washcloths and just like streaming them down my body, so I was
Wow.
soaked.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I was dry as a bone, like I said, and I was just like,
Right.
You're just like,
No,
But I mean, in any movie, it's always this thing,
is
right?
boring.
Yeah.
I was more of a
where like
Dunst
you-
version.
where it's like you're on your back and your legs are in a stirrup.
oh, yeah, you're
Well,
on your
and
back
you're
for
just
sure.
like-
yeah.
Well, and then the
Boy.
baby comes, and his name's Caleb, and he's like a little like baby. They put all the slime on him, so he's all slimy.
Oh, I wrote bomb ass fake belly though. So well, we're making fun of a lot of this stuff, like the baby being slimy and the way she was, but her fake belly when they showed it, I was like, that's pretty good.
Oh, I thought thought
good,
they
good.
like had a body double, but then they showed like her face with the belly, and I was
Yeah,
like, oh well, they
it was a
couldn't
pretty
do
good
that.
fake belly.
About the baby being named Caleb, though, it was
Mm-hmm.
funny because like the dad and the mom were sitting in the hall, and he was like, "Where did she come up with that name?"
Yeah.
like Caleb is like the craziest name ever.
Right.
He was like, "What a mouthful."
They needed an
What a
excuse to make it
mouthful.
realize that it was indirectly named after him.
Right,
It's
'cause
like
his name's
Caleb,
Cal.
Cal. See the connection?
They're trying to like make this whole family thing like pay off in some way, and they're all together, but it like just didn't gel. It
No.
was so weird. And then Rachel comes back, as we had said, and Kirsten Dunst says, "You're thinner," and Rachel says, "So are you," and they're happy.
Get it, Drew?
Yep.
And then there's a nice little
so.
monologue
I
at
think I
the
get it.
end where Kirsten Dunst talks about like pregnancy and how it's, you know, not every teenager should do it, but she's glad that she had her family support.
Not every teenager should.
No.
do it.
Yeah.
Some
Like
of them
some.
should.
Yeah, just most.
They just they took all of the points that they hammered real hard during the movie and then turned them into an exit monologue at the end.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like Kirsten Dunst holding the baby, like smiling. The end. That's it. Yes. So, on the podcast, we either put a cork in it or pour it up. What are you guys going to do? Let's start with Kayce and go around the table.
Okay. Well, I made myself a deal that I would hands down, no matter what I thought of the rest of the movie, I would pour it up if she gave that baby up for adoption.
Yeah.
Because that would have been the fucking best ending
Yeah.
ever possible.
And yeah.
Like,
Right.
And the best ending for the child.
yes, exactly. For her, for the baby, everyone, like
Right.
these parents that would take this baby in, like, yes, adoption could be a viable option and is really great for a lot of people. People want babies and can't have them that are adults and capable.
Right.
I would have poured it up no matter what I thought of the rest of the film. That didn't happen. She kept the baby.
And now he's a criminal.
Right.
And now he's a criminal. Now he's a
Probably.
20-year-old little criminal.
Yeah. Probably.
And so then I was like, oh, then I'm definitely going to put a cork in it. But I've changed my mind again. And I'm going back to pouring it up because in 1998, I'd like to believe that this saved a few girls from getting knocked up.
yeah.
And maybe
Okay,
they just need to make
fair
an
enough.
updated version of it. So I'm pouring it up.
That's fair.
That's right.
That's fair.
It's 1998. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Tristan?
I'm gonna pour it up, and here's why.
Okay. Interesting.
I laughed like a goddamn fool when Rachel, the sister, just randomly came home one day and had broken her foot in like 1,000 places.
Sure.
And so she had crutches on. So they were like, oh, come in and sit on the couch. And then Kirsten Dunst comes in and is like, what are you doing on the couch? I was sitting on the couch. And like flips out. Like the sister has crutches and a cast. And she's like, and she and the whole family are like, get off the couch, go upstairs, go into your bed, because the couch is for the pregnant girl. And like that whole scene just
Yeah.
cracked my shit up. So I am pouring it
Pour
up.
it up.
Okay.
And Drew, that was like a 7-minute scene. Like
Yeah,
what
for
Tristan
sure.
just described, it's probably 7 minutes of the movie.
Like
I don't. Why?
Exactly.
Like,
Maybe they're prepping us. They were prepping for a sequel that never was made about the sister and how she becomes a fucking psychopath because everyone
Yeah.
treats her like shit.
It was
Yeah.
so much about that sister, but
Right.
But
Being
why?
treated
not?
like garbage.
Yeah.
Even where she got her own introducing
Yeah.
whoever
Yeah.
the fuck credit.
Maybe they
Yeah.
thought she was destined for stardom.
She's very Canadian. Drew?
I'm blind. I'm gonna put a cork in it,
Okay.
guys. It's super confusing, and I
Yeah.
also don't. I mean, just from the explanation of it, and all these like weird random scenes,
Yes.
super confusing. I also wish I'm gonna put a cork in it because of what you said. It should have been like, hey, cool. You don't want to like aim people towards abortion. That's cool. Aim them towards putting them up for adoption.
Sure.
Right. Take a stance on
Take a
teen
stance on
pregnancy lifetime.
And
But
don't
it-
just be like, but in the end, you love your baby.
The strong
But
God angle would have made you put a cork in it too. They
It-
dropped a lot of God stuff.
It did
Yeah.
poo-poo abstinence only education, which I
Right.
appreciate because
Yeah.
that's just
Sure.
stupid.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
sure.
and
but,
then
like,
they just ended up showing this movie instead of abstinence training, right?
Right.
In schools. So 15-year-old me would have definitely poured it up for this movie on a rewatch as a 25-year-old.
Why do we laugh at his
don't know.
I
age?
don't
I don't
know.
know. It's just so funny.
You know, I'm
It's just,
just
I thought he was 22.
I'm
He doesn't look a day over 22.
right. I'm
Yeah.
so mature for my age. Anyways, I'm gonna have to say put a cork in it because now that we've watched a bunch of Lifetime movies and stuff like this, the pacing on this was so slow.
Right.
Just like the '90s nostalgia, maybe like the scrunchies. I would pour it up for scrunchies
There were a lot.
there was a lot, and they were coordinated to outfits.
Oh, great.
Of course.
Yeah, it's amazing. Scrunchies are back, by the way.
Really?
I still have some of
A lot
them.
of 90s things are back. It's weird.
Yeah, it's a night. It felt like I was watching this movie like with college students, because I just graduated from college.
Yeah.
So, that's like what they wear at college now. It's
Yeah.
all '90s clothes. But yeah, gonna put a cork in it. Kirsten Dunst, love her, but this movie was just
Yeah.
not well executed.
Yeah.
Fair.
In the Lifetime canon,
Yeah, cork it.
cork it.
Cork
Half
it
and
on my
half
end.
then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
half and half.
we're
The moms poured it up.
Yeah.
well, and that's true. And well, that's why I wanted you guys to be on the podcast because, you're coming at it from fresh mom perspective and like legitimizing or like being like, oh, yes, this is true. Oh, yes, this is not true. Because I have no idea. I only know about pregnancy from movies and now your podcast because I was listening to the episode. You guys talking about like nipple covers and like all this stuff. I was like, what is going on? What is a nipple cover? Why do you need that? So crazy. Where can we find your podcast? Like what? It's on
It's
iTunes?
on the Universe Head Podcast Network. So you can get it on the Universe Head website. You can get it on iTunes, Stitcher, anywhere you can get a podcast.
Wonderful. And what's the title again?
Baddest Mothers in the Room. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We are Baddest Mothers, or Facebook. And you can email us if you want to hear us talk about anything on the podcast, baddestmothers@gmail.com.
Right, because you guys get like things from like stories and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stories, suggestions on what we want to talk about. Anything you want to email us, we'll talk about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think that wraps up our conversation about 15 and pregnant. Drew, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at Drew But With Pants.
Wonderful.
And I'm also on, since I haven't in ever,
Yeah.
I'm on the Not Safe for Work podcast
Oh, cool.
that I co-host.
Just
with
kidding. I knew
Charlotte.
that. I think I'm going to be on an episode soon.
Yes, you
So,
will be, my
should
friend.
listen to that.
It's not for the weak-hearted.
No.
We
Yes.
talk about
It'll
real
make you
terrible
think
things.
you have diseases and stuff that you probably don't.
Yeah,
So let me just tell you
it's
that
real
right now.
bad.
And it's great.
It's real bad.
It's great.
Well,
Don't listen to it.
okay,
Yeah,
great.
you know what?
We suggest that you never listen to it.
Yes.
No one listens to us.
Well, thank you guys for coming in. Thank you both for leaving the room and being quiet in the other room. Just kidding. And yeah, thank you listeners for checking back in with Lifetime on Court. We watch these movies so you don't have to, but if you do, we'd love to hear from you. You can follow me at Patrick Miguel or the podcast at Lifetime on Court. Don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes. Okay, that's it. Bye.
Bye.